Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, as you all know, nothing ever goes smoothly within the Nigerian state. I am speaking especially of course to the El-Zakzaky situation. El-Zakzaky, as you know, has been clutched from the grasp of the Nigerian state and is now meant to be in India, where he's meant to be undergoing medical treatment, but apparently that is not going smoothly there as well. So with that guys, I bring you this. El-Zakzaky, Buhari government makes revelations over treatment saga in India, blast Shiite leader. So that's the headline. El-Zakzaky, Buhari government makes revelations over treatment saga in India, blast Shiite leader. So now let's get into exactly what's been said. The federal government has reacted to the furore in India over the treatment of Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaky. Leader of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria (IMN) had refused treatment from those he called unknown doctors put in place to treat him in India. The Shiite leader insisted he wanted to be treated by those booked to treat him before he and his wife left Nigeria. In reaction, Grace Peku, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Culture, in a statement on Monday night, recalls the genesis of the situation. The statement recalled that the court on the 5th of August 2019 granted El-Zakzaky leave to travel to India for medical treatment. In line with the court order, El-Zakzaky was approved to embark on the trip with state officials, and his choice to be accompanied by his aides and personal doctors was not opposed by the government. On the 12th of August 2019, he and other members of the entourage went to India via Dubai. It is to be noted that El-Zakzaky particularly chose Mandata Hospital in India. However, on reaching Dubai, El-Zakzaky began to display ulterior motives against laid-down procedures. He requested that his passport be handed over to him, but the state officials would not budge to his pressure. The situation became worse in India as he refused to subject himself to preliminary medical checks. In addition, he demanded free movement and access to visitors of all kinds, as well as requested to be allowed to check into a 5-star hotel instead of being admitted in the hospital. The request was refused on the ground that he came into the country for medicals and not as a tourist, more so that his visa was issued on medical grounds and not for tourism. He also demanded that police protection be withdrawn from him by the Indian authorities. Against medical ethics and standard practice, he requested to nominate doctors of his choice to join the ones tasked by Medanta Hospital to perform medical treatment on him and his wife. This created a stalemate, which the hospital insisted that he would not dictate to it on the choice of medical personnel to carry out the required treatment. Frustrated by his antics, the Indian authorities have expressed willingness for him to return to Nigeria with immediate effect. This is on account that they will not allow him to use their country to internationalize his group's activities. Against this background, the Nigerian government wishes to commend the stand of the Indian government as well as apologize to her for the unruly behavior of El-Zakzaky. Similarly, the attention of the public and indeed the international community is hereby drawn to these unfortunate developments. The government also wishes to use this opportunity to affirm its readiness to undertake the prosecution of El-Zakzaky through due process if and when he is returned to the country. On this note, his foul cry that is being held in circumstances worse than he was in Nigeria should be disregarded. So now this is now the goings on with El-Zakzaky. So I always struggle with that name, El-Zakzaky, in India. So previously, this guy had come out to say that he's effectively being held in a detention style situation, that the doctors rather that he's attending to him, he has no confidence in them, he has no confidence in the medical facilities, and he's more traumatized in India than he was when he was in Nigeria, and he's requesting now that he's either be taken back to Nigeria or taken to Turkey or to Dubai or some other country where he feels that he would have more confidence in their facilities, since the judgment has already been granted for him to go to that for a medical treatment, and that judgment really cannot be limited to one particular medical facility, especially when the patient is saying that medical facility is not suited to his need. So he's now trying to leverage that judgment to go to a country of his choice. So if this guy, of course, ends up in Turkey, he's never coming back. If he ends up in Malaysia, which is another country that he indicated is never coming back, if he ends up in Indonesia, he's never coming back. So now this is now looking like another new dimension being added or being appended onto the goings on with this particular guy's situation. So this guy already enjoys public empathy, a lot of public sympathy, especially more so that he's contending with Malam Buhari, who everybody virulently opposes to. So we all know Buhari for brutality. So anybody that is opposing him is where everybody will be in sympathy with anybody that is opposed to Buhari. But this El-Zakzaky, make no mistake, is not especially a nice man. So this is a movement, this Islamic movement in Nigeria thing that he heads, that doesn't recognize the Nigerian state, that wants to have their own function as a sub-country within a greater country within the Nigerian state, and all of this sort of thing that he has been agitating for. It is only really because he's contending with Buhari that he has sympathy. But now a leopard, like as they say, never changes its spot, and this guy is now showing some of his antics now that he has been given this opportunity to go to India. So conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting El-Zakzaky, how he's playing his hand and what you are reading of it. I am not in sympathy with Buhari, and I don't buy fully what this lady has said, but I don't completely dismiss it either, because I've been reading media outputs from El-Zakzaky saying how badly he's been treated in India, etc. In fact, there's a clip that is circulating of him actually vocally stating how badly he is being treated. That clip, of course, is in his Hausa language, because of course you would recall that El-Zakzaky is a Hausa man, and the Hausas I wouldn't say predominantly, but significantly of that Shiite belief system. So he's been putting out all these vocal or audios out in the media space about how he feels he's being treated in India, and the vocals that he's been putting out, because that's being transcribed now into English. So those vocals tally with this narrative that this woman is now putting out as well. Because when I was reading previous stories about how this guy was being treated in India and what this guy had to say, I was of two minds as well, that why is this guy taking this position? And then I was also thinking, why are the Indians treating him this way? Because this is a high profile opportunity for the Indians to showcase their country, especially as a medical tourism kind of place. So you would have thought that they would have given him the very best treatment that they could muster within their system to show that this is a good place to come for medical tourism, so that Nigerians can be trooping there, which they have always done. So that really confused me when he was putting out all this thing in the media space, that he's been badly treated and he's been held in detention and he's been traumatized and brutalized and mistreated by the Indians. He said they drove him round before they got him to the hospital, and he just gave all these narratives anyway. But this lady is now coming out to counter that narrative. Now, where do you weigh in this equation is really where the question is, because of course a plague plague on both their houses really is the position to adopt. A plague on El-Zakzaky's house and a plague especially on Buhari's house, because these are both liars, the two of them. They have this thing, there's something within their religion that allows them to lie, you know. So really you can't really take these people at their words. But if you have two contrasting positions and two contrasting stories, within that lies the truth. So where lies the truth in this equation is really where the reading is, where you need to decipher yourself. And what I am reading is, yes, this guy has gone to India, so he is now saying that, okay, I have this opportunity now to be out of this country. I now need to make my way from India to Iran, where I will get sanctuary, which is really what I think, and this is just my personal opinion, this is what I think his intentions are. So now he's now belly aching about India and all whatnot. It's just an attempt to leave that country, because of course India is only going to give him that treatment and send him back to Nigeria. But if he's able to get himself into Turkey, then he's able, because Turkey of course is an Islamic country, then he's able to work the system there a lot better. One, the system there is more suited to his own sort of being, because he's a Muslim too, and so they can Muslim it up together there. But he's able to maneuver himself even more so within the Turkish system than he can in India or in Indonesia, where he's also suggested, or in Malaysia as well. So now this is now the goings on now. The story is now all muddied up now with this El-Zakzaky guy, which a lot of us had sympathy for previously, but it looks as though that sympathy is now being called to question. Conversations in the comment section, as I said. Thoughts, what are your thoughts? Come tell me what you're thinking in the comment section. But before you come tell me what you're thinking in the comment section, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come share opinions with me in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry on with you there. But here I say peace.